Hello and welcome back to Coin Matters channel. I've had some time to read through a wide range of opinions on the details of yesterday's ruling, and I thought I'd share what I've learned with you. Talk to those who have been following this case closely to get a sense of what we might expect in the future. Therefore, I felt an immediate need to inform you all. The first and perhaps most important change since yesterday is that Xrp, or the asset itself, is no longer being interpreted as a security. Judge Torrey dismissed the SEC's attempt to argue that Xrp itself is the security. This is not how the Howey test works. This is something that John Deaton has been saying from the start. The SEC's attempt to rewrite the law also fell flat on its face. In my opinion, this is our greatest success from the day before. Judge Torres completely rejected the SEC's inability to merely modify the law and try to declare the asset to be a security. Therefore, we can rest assured that Xrp itself will never be regulated as a security. Since the beginning of this lawsuit, John Deacon and I have been saying that Ripple was penalized for some institutional sales, and I believe that Ripple will receive a warning for something regardless of the outcome of this case. And indeed that transpired. In my view, it is completely irrelevant. That merely means there will be some minor adjustments to how Ripple does business. It doesn't affect Xrp or Xrp owners in any way. In essence, normal operations at Ripple's Oddball will proceed unabated. Ripple proposals for CBDCs and global payments will generally be successful. They need just figure out how to legally sell to institutions. Even though selling Xrp to financial institutions was not deemed illegal, the company may still be compelled to register with the SEC. SEC registration is now required because it was recently determined that this constituted a securities transaction. So, what does that mean? So, when Ripple sells Xrp to Bank of America, it may need to register the transaction with the SEC. Considering how things are, does that even matter? In my perspective, absolutely not. In my opinion, it makes sense to look at it this way. There is no rush to complete the swap because we are open about which American institutions are receiving Xrp. Not much to add, really. Secretary for Bank of America to replenish its Xrp holdings and create something approximating a liquidity pool. All Ripple needs to do is the following. Please be aware that we have completed the application process and will soon be releasing 10 million Xrp to Bank of America. The absurd idea, however, that Xrp itself must register with the SEC is real. Never did make any sense. It was doomed to fail from the start. The SEC also attempted to eliminate Xrp. Bitcoin Max is one of the funniest things being observed right now. He just had a mental breakdown. They're all trying to make it sound like Judge Torres's ruling will have a negative impact on the Ripple game by presenting it in a false light. This is terrible news for Xrp. Guys, that is just incorrect. All these people want to do is scare you. The idea that Xrp has the same legal status as Bitcoin has completely scared them. If the playing field is level, they know Xrp will be Bitcoin. The group is urging the authorities to halt Xrp. This is their last resort because no other options exist. They understand that Bitcoin and Xrp are not on same footing and cannot compete. This is why these people are panicking out and attempting to manipulate the judgment of the Torres men. This was obvious to Coinbase, and it will be obvious to the banks to anyone who knows what they're doing. Evidently, Judge Torres took great pains to emphasize in her ruling that Xrp is not a security. It's absurd to assume that this will make things worse or hurt Ripple or Xrp in any way. As I stated, these individuals understand the gravity of this choice and its implications for the market as a whole. Since Judge Torres has granted a regulatory standing that is arguably clearer than Bitcoin's, they are desperately trying to slow down Xrp. My second point concerns the contrast between this individual and Xrp in the eyes of financial organizations. The current state of Ethereum is extremely dangerous. The SEC emphasized once again that it has not decided on whether or not to regulate Ethereum or Coinbase. This morning I heard that the SEC had reversed its previous stance on Ethereum. You can see how significant this is. This leaves Ethereum in an unclear position. Meanwhile, XRP has been given absolute certainty by the legal system, and Bitcoin has been reapproved by the SEC. If they reneged on Ethereum, why should we think they won't do the same with Bitcoin? My current assessment is that XRP is the most transparent digital asset and will have the most consequential effect on financial institutions. It's no secret that institutions want to go into blockchain, and it's even more publicized that they plan to start tokenizing assets. Financial organizations are aware of the demand for faster money transfers. One of the few blockchains with total transparency right now is the XRP ledger, and they will need to investigate it because of their desire to challenge established authorities. All Bitcoin and Ethereum had was fictive clarity, but in the end, it is a more institutional-ready blockchain and can execute things that Bitcoin cannot. The latest explanation provided by Judge Torres in this legal dispute regarding XRP is, nonetheless, quite important. I also think XRP will be in a good position to serve as an institutional-ready blockchain, one that can accept real money rather than just a few $1 million from early whales or genuine tail traders. Huge sums of money might be transferred on the XRP ledger, with annual quadrillion-dollar settlements and tokenization of hundreds of billions to trillions of dollars. As a result of this elucidation, institutional money like that will flood the XRP blockchain. Only Bitcoin and Ethereum would be accepted at these establishments. This decision fundamentally changes what has been true up until now. Some have wondered why, in that instance, the price isn't $10. Institutional males should devote considerable effort to studying and comprehending the full scope of this event. I can guarantee, though, that once they've made that decision and starting making plans, they'll have no choice but to choose the XRP ledger. It won't happen right away. But, guys, the big fight is finished. Our questions were answered, and we now know that XRP is not a security and never has been. The potential appeal of this judgment by the SEC is another topic of conversation. It would appear that all of Ripple's opponents are as certain as they were before the litigation began that Ripple would be found guilty. That XRP was a security and the SEC's intention to appeal the decision. Let me simply say that this is a major setback for the SEC. Since the court has already ruled against the SEC on the most crucial question, whether or not XRP is a security, I don't understand why they would continue to pursue this case. Given that the court flatly rejected the idea that XRP might be a security as an asset, I highly doubt the SEC will try to bring it back up. The most rational course of action was for the SEC to win, and that was through institutional sales of Ripples. But in reality, they couldn't care less. They want the property to stand in for collateral. However, Judge Torres flatly denied this. In my opinion, they have little chance of successfully appealing this case to a higher tribunal. It made no sense from the start. Judge Torres rebutted their arguments. They get severely beaten because they misunderstood the law, and even an appeals court is unlikely to change that. Even if the SEC were to file an appeal, it would be heard by the Supreme Court, where the agency has lost 6 of its 7 previous cases. The SEC would therefore lose this case as well. They will do greater damage to the agency by appealing to higher courts. XRP will not experience that they have an overly competent legal team, so it makes more strategic sense for the SEC to go after another coin and find a judge who will basically agree with everything they say in order to try to obtain a decision that actually violates the law or declaring the asset to be the security. If I were the SEC, I'd keep far away from this case because the SEC is fucked. I have no interest in taking this matter to a higher court. The speculation that XRP is a security is baseless and doomed to failure. Attempting it now won't have any better results. The issues are well known, after all. It's common knowledge at this point that XRP is vulnerable. And the SEC is wasting its time by insisting on the same issue over and over again. They will do greater harm to their company and may require fundamental changes to our testing procedures. I hope you got that. because it could severely limit their freedom of choice in the long run. I really want you all to be as happy with this choice as I am. For Ripple and Xrp, this was a huge win. This is the best possible verdict that could have been handed down to us. Let me add something else. Thank goodness for Taurus and Net Burn as judges. They performed admirably. In spite of being one of the few judges who might have actually looked into cryptocurrencies and treated this topic with respect, they ruined it completely. Congratulations. Finally, we have a ruling, and I am excited to see what the future holds. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later. Bye.